Hello viewers, my name is Ayorinde Kushimo. I'll be rolling out a series of videos about Cisco Identity Services Engine implementation. This is going to be the first video in the series, and in this video I'm going to be taking us through how to set up Identity Services Engine in a lab environment, specifically on VM workstation. So this is my OVA file for ISE version 2.4. So I'm going to double click it. Okay, I'll just name it to ISE 2.4 and I'm going to click on import. So it's going to import the OVA file into VM workstation. So we have to wait till it finishes the import process. So it's almost done with the importing. Okay, fine, the importing is done. Okay, let me just upgrade, but this is not necessary. So that is virtual machine finish. And again, one more thing I want to do, I want to reduce the RAM because I don't want my PC memory to get burnt out. So I'm going to reduce, although it's by default 2.4 needs 16 gigabit of RAM. So I'm going to reduce mine to 8 just for that purpose. So that will be, okay, let me just say 8. Just put it, that should be enough, kind of. So the network adapter, I'm going to use 7. I've prepared this already for ISE, the VMnet 7. That the subnet is 192.168.20.0/24. So that's the subnet I'm going to use for ISE. So now I'm going to start up my server. So let's see what we've got. Okay, so here I'm just going to type in setup. You can see please type setup to configure the appliance. So don't try to do any kind of login because no password, no username have been configured. So just type in setup, you press enter. It asks for host name. So the host name, I'm just going to say I01. That'll be the host name. IP address is going to be 192.168.20. What IP should I give it? Okay, .20.198. We use 198. The mask is going to be /24. Default gateway is going to be 192.168.20.201. So be my default gateway. Default DNS domain, that's going to be techwise.local. The name server, that's the DNS server. The Active Directory 192.168.20.200. I'm not adding secondary, so no. Okay, the NTP, I've not set up any NTP server. I'm going to leave it at the default. You can always configure that later, although that is also critical, so we do it later. Time zone UTC, okay, that's fine. You can see my time zone. I would say I don't know, I'm not sure about this. Oh, that's cool. Fine, so that's my time zone. And if you are in, for example, Nigeria, you can see Africa/Lagos. I want to enable SSH service. Username admin, that's fine. Changing it password. It's gonna be Oh, okay, password contains username, so that is not going to work. So, okay, let me see. Okay, okay. Bringing up network interface. And you can see on the top, press Ctrl C to abort setup. So once if you press Ctrl C, maybe for example you made mistake while entering any of the parameters here, you can just press Ctrl C. So it cancels it, takes you back to the prompt, which is going to ask you to type setup to continue. So now you can see bring up network interface, pinging the gateway. It can ping the gateway server, pinging the primary name server. It can ping. But for example, let's say peradventure the gateway is not available, or maybe the name server, the Active Directory DNS server is not available. It's going to tell you that it can ping it and ask you to maybe, do you want it to retry or do you want it to continue without retrying? So you do yes or no. So you can proceed, because in some cases you may not have your gateway, maybe it's not yet ready, or maybe your ISE box is not yet connected to the network. So you want it to continue without testing maybe the ping is working or not. Maybe you can, for example, here you can see sync with NTP server failed, incorrect time could render the system unusable until it is reinstalled. Retry. I don't want to retry because I know it can't use the NTP server right now. So I'll just say no. Says invalid input. Oh, nope. Okay. Now you can see do not use Ctrl C from this point on. So now don't use Ctrl C. Now it's going to start installing the application, which is the ISE services processor and everything. So that's what it's going to be doing here. Although it's going to take a while. So I'm just going to pause at this section again and I'll resume back. Now the application have been installed. You can see installing applications, installing ISE on monthly application package, verifying application signature, initiating application install, adding blah 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 application bundle has installed successfully. So now it has successfully installed ISE application. So now it has moved to the next step, initial setup for application ISE. So it's doing the initial setup now. You can see this setup is non-interactive and will take roughly 15 minutes to complete. So I'm going to pause this video again and I'm going to resume back. I just want you to see the steps. Okay. So now the installation process have been completed. So let me log on admin and my password. Okay, that's cool. So I can say show application status ISE. So while I'm running that command, I want to see, because initially I won't be able to log into the GUI until the application server is running. So let me use my putty.20.198. Yes, admin password. Okay, sure. Application status ISE. See what we got. Okay, let's check the VM console. You can see the application server is still initializing. So that means you can't log in through GUI. So GUI login or loading will only work once this application server process is running. So you must always take note of that, especially when you are just starting up or booting up your ISE server. So once the application server is not running, you can't connect to GUI. So you have to wait for it, and sometimes it takes a while. So that's it here. Database listener is running the database server, application server. So we just need to wait for it. M&T means monitoring and troubleshooting. M&T session, database, log collector, processor, and the rest. SXP engine service, that's for TrustSec. PS grid, profile database, AD connect twice indexing engine. So like for example, you can see the PS grid processes are disabled because we've not enabled PS grid. So that if we want to use PS grid, there's a way we can enable PS grid. So there are some processes that will be disabled because they are not being used, they are not enabled. So let me check again. Show application still at highs. Still initializing. So we just need to wait a while for it. I may not be too fast to start running. I reduced my RAM to 8 gig instead of the default 16 gig. But let's just wait a little while. So now our application server is running. So I'll go to my browser. 192.168.20.198. Okay, allow. The my antivirus. So an exception, confirm security section. Here we are. So I'm going to log in admin. Okay, let me save the password. Yeah, next. Right now I'm running on trial license evaluation, which is valid for just 90 days. So that's okay for lab purpose. So here now we have our ISE. These are GUI. We've logged into it. We've installed ISE and been able to set it up. We've been able to log into it through the GUI. And the next thing we just gonna do, and let me just quickly show us it before I wrap up this video. Deployment. So these are ISE deployment. Okay. We are running, it's a standalone mode, so it's running the 3 personas, the administration, monitoring, and policy service node. So you can see the node status is connected, so everything is fine. So now we can start our configuration. So this way I'm going to stop this video. Another part will be released very soon. That will be the part 2 of this video, is going to be released very soon, where I'm going to show you how to integrate your identity service engine implementation, how to integrate it to the Active Directory. So, but for now, this is where we're going to stop. Thank you very much for viewing.